Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do a Q&A because one, I kind of had a video idea that's not gonna work out for tonight, and I'm gonna have to film it when I get back from Chicago, which I'm going to in the morning. So Friday morning, April 20th until April 23rd, the following Monday, I'll be in Chicago, and I'm having a meetup. Sorry for my announcer voice, but yeah, I'm having a meetup with my sister on the 21st at the High Chicago Hostel. I will put the address here. It's from 3 to 5 p.m. at the hostel. I don't exactly know where in the hostel yet, but I'm sure if you walked in and you were like, yo, I'm here for the meetup, Meghan and Lindsay Hughes, like, where could I find that? They would point you in the right direction. So I wanted to get that out of the way first off. But yeah, so I'm filming a Q&A today because it's been a minute and I have things to update you on. And I figure I should just film this before I go rather than not filming anything at all, you know? And I'll be vlogging the whole weekend. So expect vlogs too this coming weekend. Let's get into the Q&A. I asked for questions for the first time ever on Instagram, which is fun. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Meghan Hughes. And I'm going to be taking some questions mostly from Instagram, a little bit from Twitter, but I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore. I deleted it because I wanted to stop wasting my time on that app. And so anything I get from Twitter will be from the old laptop Rooney. I don't know why you guys needed to know any of that other than the Chicago information. Let's get into the Q&A. This one was my favorite one, and I think I might use it for a little bit of the title. Annabelle asked, are you trying to get pregnant? Tell us why you started reading the fertility book. Love you. I love you too. And I recently started reading Taking Charge of Your Fertility by Toni Weschler. It's back there on my stack of books that I'm currently delving into. And I wanted to answer this because I'm actually trying to read up on my natural forms of birth control and looking at stuff like charting and getting possibly a daisy thermometer. If any of you guys have that, let me know if you enjoy it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of read all about my bodily functions in my lady organs because I feel like I didn't learn enough of all of that in my sex ed class. They don't focus all in on the uterus, you know what I mean? So no, I'm not trying to get pregnant right now. And somebody else actually also asked me on Twitter, I believe, like, when are you going to have kids? Like, you guys are very excited for me to turn into a family channel. That will be down the line, kiddos. I'm only 21 and I definitely, like, I think Finley and I both have talked about this and agreed upon this, that we would like to be young parents, but I don't want kids until I'm like 24 and married. This question was funny to me, so I wanted to answer it. M asked, hey Meg, how do you fight the urge to do really impulsive things like cutting your own bangs? Well, girl, I have cut my own bangs in the past, and I definitely did regret it because it was after the Super Bowl and I just went home like a little tips and just, you know, did the old chopperoo. And it wasn't really a good idea. So my terrible advice is just do them, learn from them, and then never do it again. Oh, I'm sorry if I moved the screen, I just dropped my phone. All right, this next question I got from many people, which is basically around the same lines of like, how do you like living in Oregon? How has it changed since your last place you were living in? How has it changed you? How do you feel? Etc, etc. And to answer those questions, yes, I do like living in Oregon. In fact, I freaking love it. I think it's great out here. My favorite thing is just being surrounded by nature again, which is a good time. I feel like the main thing that has changed in me upon coming out here is I get to do so much more like hands-on tasks, and I've just been finding a lot more inspiration in more things than I was in the city, and I just felt like I was kind of stuck creatively in the city, but I'm just happy to be able to draw more inspiration from nature in general, and that's been fueling my fire, truly. And I just feel like I've had so many more like video ideas upon coming out here, and like new series ideas to start, and just like this flood of creativity has been hitting me again, which is so nice. I mean, aside from me just doing a mere Q&A this week, I apologize for that, but I definitely had another idea of a video that I was going to film instead. But yeah, I believe some other people were asking, like, like, what do you miss about LA? And really the only thing I miss is my friends. Like, that's pretty much the only thing. And somebody else asked, like, how do you meet new people in a place as rural as you are now? And I've been asking myself that same question because we've only been here, I guess, since like the beginning of February, but we really only know our neighbors around us and then like the new family that I've been babysitting for and the lady that we got our pigs from and stuff. So we're like slowly meeting folks within the community, but like nobody really around our age. We actually found, quick story time, we put a hot tub on a trailer the other day to take the hot tub to the dump, and it was just like the weight distribution was kind of off. So we blew a tire on the way there. Then we finally got the tire situation under, you know, control, and then kept driving. And later then the trailer just started going like this and like weaving, and then it just kind of like pushed us off the road into this ditch on the side. And the one guy who saw us and slowed down was like this 19-year-old lad named Taylor, and he just lives like directly down the street from us, which was wild. So we got his number. That was our first like person we had met moderately around our like early 20s age range. And I texted him just being like, yo, thank you so much for your help earlier. Let us know if there's any like social gatherings around that we could be maybe showing up to, and just let us know if you have any like projects you want to work on that you need an extra hand at too. So hopefully that flourishes into something. But I mean, it's just doing little things like that, like meeting one person and then having them introduce you to their circle of friends. At least that's what we're hoping for. I've also thought about possibly just posting in my town's like Facebook group and being like, hey, looking for pals, but I feel like that's kind of like weird to do. I don't freaking know, guys. So to answer your question, how do you make friends in a rural town? I'm still figuring it out. Getaway Sar, a Taylor Swift stan I see, asked me, do you have a favorite alcoholic beverage? I can talk about this now that I'm 21, woohoo! But then she said, or has moving to a legal state thrown you off alcohol? Because if so, same girl, LOL. I mean, to answer your question honestly, I've always kind of just liked smoking weed more than I have drinking the alc. I never have been like a heavy drinking gal, but I do actually, this all being said, have a favorite alcoholic beverage, and it is Lagunitas IPA beer. Oh my god, so good. I had it for the first time at my friend Stefan Arias's concert that he had most recently in LA, and his dad bought Finley a beer, and then Finley gave me a sip, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is liquid amazing gold. And ever since then I've just been loving the Lagunitas, so shout out to Stefan's dad. Love you, Bob. All right, this next question is having to do with gardening, and somebody else told me to film like a gardening video today or something. But I don't really have much garden work to do today, but I will answer this question about what I have been doing. Okay, so Emily asked, what are you planting in your flower slash vegetable slash herb garden this season? Okay, so in our vegetable garden, we have like artichokes, cauliflower, broccoli, peas, kale, onions, and I think that's it. And then as for herbs, we're currently growing like sage, thyme, lavender, and mint. We want to eventually have a garden bed in the back where we are planting like all herbs in there, just like a whole lot of them. And then down the line, once those grow and flourish, we want to turn them into like some kind of a body product line, you know, just making natural skincare type things. So that's like the goal, the dream. And somebody else asked about like, you know, future career plans. So I guess that would fall in that category of future creative ideas that we want to do with our garden. Posh Spice asked, favorite thing to cook lately? And I'm actually, spoiler alert, going to do a video on my fave thing that I've been loving to cook lately, which is buffalo cauliflower wings. Oh my god, so good. But with mashed potatoes, like homemade mashed potatoes on the side. I already asked you guys in a vlog recently and on Instagram about the wings, if you guys would like a video on, you know, those two separate things, and everybody's always like, yes. So Finley and I will definitely do another easiest frick meals with Meg and Finn at some point and make that for you guys. Oh, this question was asked a lot too. Chloe asked, what kind of animals are you thinking about getting for your farm other than the pigs? Because if you don't know, we have two two lovely little pigs in our backyard right now. They're actually doing a little bit of digging on our garden bed that we want to make in the backyard because pigs love to root their noses and rip up all the grass. They already have done that in their like pasture area, so we've been like moving them to have them dig up a little section of a garden bed, and they've like got some real real work done in there. But to answer your question, do we want any other animals other than pigs? Yes. I want a goat so bad, but they're like pigs in the way that you can't just get one, like you would have to get a friend for it. So 2 goats. We would love a cow. We want to get chickens kind of next off because I love chickens so much, and I think that they would just be also very vital for eggs and whatnot. We've been getting eggs. Actually this week we bought for the first time non-store-bought eggs from the lady who we got our pigs from. She has a huge farm with just, you know, all of the things galore. So yeah, we got eggs from her and they were just so bomb. So we're looking to get a flock of some ladies so that they can lay for us, but you never know. This was an interesting question slash just statement in general that I got on Instagram from Oof Girl. What makes you feel sexiest? For me, it's clean and shaved and moisturized skin with a bodysuit on. Also, I realized I'm in a similar ATL social circle as your friend Gina. I saw her at a party a month ago, small world. And I was like, holy shit, you know my best friend Gina? Wild. Honestly, I would say that it's funny now, like reading your response of like how you feel sexiest when you're clean shaven and moisturized and all that stuff, because like I don't shave my body hair anymore. So I would say I pretty much feel sexiest when I am in nature with my mans, as weird as that sounds. Like every time that I'm on a hike with Finley or like a nature walk or anything, I just feel like we're both so like at peace and at home, and I just feel like, you know, our connection is just hella heightened. Okay, also I did want to say that I got a lot of questions about Finley and just like us in general. So I want to, in the future coming weeks, film a video with him answering some more of those questions. I'm gonna save them for that and kind of do more like a love Q&A, like questions about us and our love and advice and all that kind of stuff in general. So that's why I'm not answering anything like really specifically on that today. But I do want to answer this as the last question before I go. Al Sony asked, how do you remain so in touch with yourself even though you live far from the people you know? I just moved away from home with my lover boy, and not being around any of my friends or family has given me sort of a loss of identity. Love you, girl. Love you too. And to answer your question, I felt that like loss of identity a lot more when I was in LA for some reason. I actually talked about this on like a YouNow live stream recently. Also, I'm doing YouNow from time to time, so I'll let you know when that next one is. But anyways, I was basically saying in that I felt more of that like kind of isolated feeling when I was in LA because I was surrounded by people, but I felt like none of them actually wanted to hang out with me. So that's why I don't know, I felt less of that upon moving to more of a place where I'm away from my friends. But I mean, I've had like a few friends and family come visit, which has been nice, and like it's pretty much happened like every month since we got here. So it's been less isolating for that reason too, because we pretty much have people visiting every month. But I definitely like, I get where you're coming from, brother, but I would just say to open up your social circle if you can in that area by just like going to stuff and showing up and like getting in, like I was saying earlier, with like one person, and then maybe having them introduce you to their friends so that you can have more people other than your lover boy around, because it's never good to like just depend all on one person to get everything from. But I do feel like Finley and I are pretty good about that, about not really being too dependent on like, you owe me all of this. But I would just say that you need to like kind of disperse your time with your own identity in a way that you're like finding little things to fulfill for yourself, and then you will feel more whole through those, rather than just like looking at your partner being like, so what are we gonna do today? You know, like just be self-sufficient and fill your time with that. And maybe once you find other hobbies, then you'll find friends through that, and then it'll just all spark from there. So that's what I have to say about that. But yeah, man, I feel like I talked about a lot of ranges of topics today, and I didn't even get to all of the questions, but I just feel like this has been like kind of a longer vid. So I'm probably just gonna sign off here, give you guys the old goodbye, and say thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And until that next upload, stay smiling. And Chicago people, I will see you on Saturday at 3 p.m. at the High Hostel, Chicago. Okay? Come, give me hugs. It's free. Goodbye.
I'm just a foreign faction, irreconcilable conflict at parties. I feel like a chain reaction.